My name is Junius Johnson from Junius Johnson Academics, and I am this summer returning to a course that I've taught before on C.S. Lewis's Cosmic Trilogy. The Cosmic Trilogy is the only other fiction series that Lewis wrote, the famous one being, of course, Narnia. And it's a very different story to Narnia. It's a science fiction story rather than a fantasy story, and it is intended for adults and not intended for children. A lot of people have not read these stories, or if they have, it's also quite common to get bogged down partway through and to not be able to finish these stories. They're actually really, really incredible, and some of Lewis's most profound theological writing occurs in these three books. Given the difficulty of the books, and there's kind of a foreignness about them as well because they're kind of old school science fiction, but they're really, really good and really repay detailed interest and attention to them. So that's why I like to teach them, because then I can help walk you through the difficult parts, and I can point out to you things that are there that were important to Lewis, but that might not be as obvious to someone who doesn't share Lewis's ridiculous education. These three books take us on planetary adventures from the planet Mars, the planet Venus, and then the last adventure takes place on Earth. And along the way, we get reflections on the nature of the universe, the nature of light, the nature of the fall and sin and what that looks like, what an unfallen world might look like, and above all, how a sinful human man is able to, by continually choosing to do the right thing and following his curiosity, be transformed from a fairly unremarkable Oxford Don into being one of the great heroes of legend. It's a spectacular journey. I just can't express enough how incredibly good these books are. These are among my favorite of Lewis's books. If you haven't had a chance to read them, or if you've read them and haven't gotten through them, or if you've read them and you're just aware of how much went over your head or that you just couldn't quite catch, this is a great opportunity to study these books with someone who is a scholar of them and a lover of them and can point you to a lot of the depth that is there. So I hope you'll consider joining us on the journey through C.S. Lewis's Cosmic Trilogy.